So why gravity causes elliptical orbits? Now this is a neat subject, and I think it might get altered or things might get added in the future. But gravity itself isn't uniform. There are areas, like when we're talking about gravity from Earth, for example, there are areas that are much more conductive, like a mountain versus the oceans. So it's not uniform. And so that is a part of what plays. And when I talk about gravity, I'm talking about, there's also, sometimes I forget to say, there's a repelling effect too. So when I say gravity, that's what we're talking about, obviously the attractive force of the electromagnetism, but there's also the repelling force. So when you put those forces all together, you could get like a moon that changes the distance from the Earth, just because those are changing all the time. Another thing, like when you're talking about, for example, Pluto, which is much further out there, you could say that the distance from that to the star changes based not only on that, because the star is going to have the same fundamental mechanics that I'm explaining for the Earth, but also because there's alignments. Like let's say a planetary alignment happens, that planetary alignment is going to change those attractive and repelling forces quite a bit. So that's going to cause a movement like that, which is going to create an elliptical orbit. And to expound on that, I've been explaining gravity through electromagnetism and these fields. Okay, so the heliosphere is a result of the sun's energy field. It's electromagnetosphere. So that's what, when the mass that's ejected from the star cools down and it goes out there, it gets to a certain point and it stays in there, because that field is essentially an electric field that it changes though, and it's warped, and that gets me onto like nonlinear forces and whatnot, which I'm kind of explaining at the same time here. Things aren't linear because not everything's equal. And again, just talking about what I've already talked about, that breaks down to the difference in these electric fields from like mountain regions to oceans and what have you. And so that's the reason for nonlinear electromagnetic dynamics.